So I'm continuing to set up my calendar, and there are going to be repeating elements that I set up on something using something that I set up. I'm tongue-tied today. There's something that I set up using master pages. Anything that repeats on every single page. A calendar has 12 months, so that's 12 pages for us. And there are going to be things, grids, and month names, and text where the numbers are, and perhaps an inspirational quote if I choose to put that in there, rather than setting those up individually. I mean, you can see all the pages are numbered over here, and I can click on them and go to those pages, although it's still on page one, got to double click. All of these, like if you notice, if I hover over it, it says A master applied, except there's nothing on A master. So any repeating element that I know is going to be on every single page, I am going to put on A master so that it repeats magically on every single page, and I don't got to copy and paste the stinking thing and worry about, oh no, is it aligned? Did I do it right? I can take care of all that and really make this whole thing into a no-brainer by clicking A master and setting everything up on there. So again, I double clicked it. A master is now highlighted. I'm 100% sure I'm an A master. So there are some things I'm going to set up in here. One, I want to kind of mark off where the middle of my page is. It'll just help me kind of line stuff up. So I'm going to drop in a guide at 4.25. That's 4¼ inches, which is the center of my page. I'm also going to be using alignment tools to do this stuff, so if something's not centered, this is just to help me. It's not really going to matter. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is grab my rectangle tool, because I'm going to make the box that contains what is going to be the days of the week. So it's basically going to be a table. I could use table to do that. Nah, we'll make one the old-fashioned way. So sometimes I use table, depends what the client asks for. I actually might extend this all the way out to the edges of my margin because it's easy to use the margin guide as guides. I'm going to leave approximately, I'm not giving you exact measurements. You have the freedom to do this the way you want, and you can always change, adjust. The top half of the page is going to be left for your inspirational quote area and whatever image you decide to create in Illustrator. So this is my box. I've got my stroke set to none, which is why I can't see it. I'm going to change it to black, bump it up to 2 point, just to make it so you can see it. We know that calendars, days of the week, there's 7. So I'm going to need to grab my line tool because I'm going to set up the 7 days of the week. So that means I got to make 6 of these bad boys. I should also set the stroke of that to black so I can see it. Bump it up to 2 points so that it matches the rest of the box. And what's my favorite way to duplicate things? Option, click and drag. And I know what you're saying. Wow, that's not spaced evenly. Yeah, I know. We're going to use the Align panel to straighten those out. So I'm going to shift select them first and make sure I've got all of them in there. Okay, all selected, but not the box. So going up to window menu, anytime I want to find something I need but I can't find it, it's in window menu. The Align panel is under object and layout. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I did a good job aligning them. If I'm not 100% sure and I want to make sure that they're all like aligned top to bottom, I can use Align Objects and Align Top Edges, or Align Bottom Edges, or Align Center. Either one is going to make all of these aligned with each other. I've also got it set to Align to Selection. This may work, it may not. So the next thing we're going to do is distribute objects, because these are all vertical lines. we're going to do distribute horizontal centers. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope it works. If it doesn't, I'll do something different. Okay, it worked. So distribute horizontal centers. Now there is approximately, I can nudge this over just a bit and eyeball it, the same amount of space between each box. This actually looks like it's a wee bit bigger. I will play with that until it looks the way I want it to. Okay. So once I do that, actually before I do that, I should group all of these so that I can lock them. If I don't want to accidentally nudge them out of place, group is good. And calendar, we usually have to have like 5 rows. We have 7 columns and we have 5 rows of stuff to make sure that we have enough weeks depending on what month we're in. So I could, I don't know, cheat a little bit. Option click and drag. Ungroup that. So take out 2 of these because I don't need that many. What do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Select that. Object, transform, rotate, 90. Okay. It's already aligned and stuff. So very quickly, calendar, float it in there. I will play with it later. So now I've got the grid for my calendar. I'm also going to use layers panel, and I'm going to name layer 1 grid. Okay, we're getting there. In the interest of not making this a really long video, in the next video I show you, I'm going to show you how to put in the text boxes and get those all aligned and ready to go. And again, I'm still on my master page, working on master pages. If you look at the little preview here, each one of these pages now has a grid on it, and they're all identical, which is why we're using master pages.